Okay, so there I was, staring at my bank account at 2 a.m., eating leftover pizza straight from the box, and I had this horrible realization. I've been saving money for 3 years. 3 whole years, and I just hit $100,000. That's good, right? I thought to myself, taking another bite. I'm doing great. I'm basically a financial genius. Then my buddy tells me, dude, your next $100,000 will only take like half the time. No, I literally stopped mid-chew. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Math doesn't work that way. $100,000 is $100,000. It should take the same amount of time, right? Wrong. Turns out I've been completely clueless about how compound interest works this entire time, and I've been leaving so much money on the table because I thought I understood it, but I definitely did not. I mean, I heard about compound interest in school. I nodded along. I thought I got it. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The difference between your first $100,000 and your second $100,000 is absolutely insane. And once I finally understood why, I realized I'd been doing everything wrong. And today, I'm going to explain it to you the way I wish someone had explained it to me, using simple math, dumb examples, and a lot of regret. Because if I can save you from 3 years of confusion, maybe this whole embarrassing story will be worth it. Hey, it's me again, your favorite financial disaster. So look, I thought I was the only idiot who didn't understand this stuff. I really did. But then I started talking to people, and oh my God, everyone is confused about this. My coworker thought compound interest was some kind of credit card scam. My sister thought it only worked if you had like $1 million already. And my neighbor, he's been keeping his savings in a checking account for 7 years because he didn't want to deal with the paperwork. I mean, we're all messing this up. Here's the thing. I've made so many dumb money mistakes. Like I bought a $4,000 couch on a credit card because they offered 0% interest for 12 months, and I thought that meant free money. Spoiler alert, I forgot to pay it off in time, and suddenly I owed an extra $800. Why does this keep happening to me? Or the time I kept $50,000 sitting in a savings account earning 0.01% interest for 2 years because I was too busy to open a high-yield account. That literally took 15 minutes when I finally did it. I lost out on like $4,000 because I couldn't be bothered for 15 minutes. Or, and this is my favorite, I thought investing was too risky, so I just didn't do it. For years. Meanwhile, my money was just sitting there, doing nothing, while inflation ate away at it like me at an all-you-can-eat buffet. But here's a stat that made me feel both better and worse. According to a 2023 survey, only about 55% of Americans own any stocks at all. And the average person has less than $5,000 saved for retirement. So yeah, we're all struggling with this. But here's the wild part. Once you understand how the math actually works, and I mean really understand it, everything changes. Because your first $100,000, that's the hardest money you'll ever save. But your second $100,000, that's when the magic starts happening. And I'm about to tell you exactly why I spent 3 years working my butt off for something that's going to happen automatically in half the time now. Buckle up. This is going to get weird. All right, so let me take you back to 3 years ago. I'm sitting there with $0 saved. Well, technically, I had like $347, but I just bought a new TV. So let's call it $0. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to save $100,000. I had this brilliant plan in my head. I was going to save $2,500 every month, and in 40 months, that's like 3 years and 4 months, I'd have my $100,000. Let me check the math on my fingers here. $2,500 times 40 months. Carry the one? Yeah, that's $100,000. Perfect. Easy. I'm a genius. So I started saving. Every month, $2,500 went into my account. I was so proud of myself. I'm watching the number go up. $2,500, $5,000, $7,500. Look at me, I thought. I'm basically Warren Buffett. But here's what I didn't understand. I thought the timeline was linear. You know, like a straight line? Like if it takes 40 months to get to $100,000, then it should take another 40 months to get to $200,000, right? Wrong! So wrong. I didn't realize that while I was saving, my money was also making money. And then that money was making money. And then that money was making money on top of the money that was already making money. It's like, okay, imagine you have one donut. Great. But what if that donut somehow made more donuts? And then those donuts made donuts? And soon you've got an entire bakery of donuts multiplying while you sleep? Donuts multiplying while I sleep? Wait, where was I? Oh, right, compound interest. So I finally did the actual math after talking to my buddy. Let's say I'm putting $2,500 a month into an index fund that averages 8% annual returns, which is pretty standard for the S&P 500 long-term. With compound interest, I hit $100,000 in about 36 months. Okay, cool. That's roughly what I did. But here's where my brain exploded. To get from $100,000 to $200,000. Only 20 more months. 20 months! I counted on my fingers like 5 times because I thought I messed up. First I was like, no way, that's got to be 36 months again. Then I recounted. Wait! 20! Doh! How is that possible? But it's true. Because now I'm not starting from $0. I'm starting from $100,000. And that $100,000 is sitting there earning 8% per year, which is $8,000 annually just from existing. That's $667 a month I'm making without doing anything. So now, instead of just my $2,500 contributions, I'm effectively adding $3,167 per month to my account. I thought I was doing great just hitting $100,000. Then, turns out, I was just getting to the part where things actually get easy. And I had no idea. I literally spent 3 years grinding, thinking, this is how it's always going to be. And meanwhile, I was like one step away from the money starting to snowball on its own. It's like I climbed the hardest part of the mountain, got tired, and almost went home right before the view got amazing. And that's when I realized, oh no. How much time did I waste not understanding this? Okay, so here's what I finally understood. And honestly, I'm still mad nobody explained it this way before. The first $100,000 is like pushing a broken car uphill by yourself. It's all you. Every dollar is pure sweat and effort. But once you hit $100,000, it's like the car suddenly has an engine. You're still pushing, but now the car is helping you. And the further you go, the more it helps. Let me break down the actual numbers, because this is where my mind completely exploded. Here's the iceberg. When you have $0 to $100,000, you're contributing $2,500 per month equals $30,000 per year. Your money is earning, basically, nothing at first, maybe $2,000 per year by the end. You are doing 93% of the work. When you have $100,000 to $200,000, you're still contributing $2,500 per month equals $30,000 per year. But now your money is earning $8,000 per year at the start, ramping up to $16,000 per year by the end. Your money is doing 35 to 40% of the work. By the time you hit $200,000 to $300,000, your contributions still $30,000 per year. Your money's earnings, $16,000 per year at the start, up to $24,000 per year by the end. Your money is doing almost half the work. I literally sat there recalculating this 3 times because I thought I'd made a mistake. Wait, so my money just makes money? While I'm sleeping? While I'm eating pizza? While I'm watching TV? YES. It's like having a beer that refills itself. You drink half, and when you look back, it's full again. And then that beer makes another beer. And soon you've got beers making beers, and you're just sitting there going, how is this legal? Self-replicating beer. But here's the part that really hurt. Remember how I kept $50,000 in a savings account for 2 years earning basically nothing? If I'd put that in an index fund earning 8%, that $50,000 would have become $58,320. I lost out on $8,320 because I was too busy and thought investing was complicated. Dough! And it gets worse. Because if I'd understood this earlier and started 5 years ago instead of 3 years ago, I'd already have like $140,000 right now instead of $100,000. That's $40,000 I just don't have because I was clueless. I mean, I can't go back in time, but I can stop wasting time now. And here's the thing that really clicked for me. Charlie Munger, one of the greatest investors ever, said, "The first $100,000 is a beach, but you have to get there however you can. Because after that, the math just works for you. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's literally just math doing what math does. And I'd been ignoring the math because I thought I understood it, but I definitely didn't. So I made a plan. A simple, stupid proof plan that even I can't mess up. Probably. All right, so after my mini breakdown and eating an entire sleeve of cookies, I sat down and made a plan. A real plan. Not one of my usual, I'll figure it out later plans. Here's what I'm actually doing. Step 1, automate everything. At first I thought, I'll just transfer money when I remember. Wrong. I never remember. I'd see the money sitting there and think, I could buy that new grill. So now, $2,500 gets automatically transferred on the first of every month into my investment account. I don't see it. I don't touch it. It just happens. It's like the money never existed, which honestly makes it way easier because I can't accidentally spend it on something dumb. Step 2. Max out my 401k match. Okay, this one made me feel really stupid. My company matches 5% of my 401k contributions. That's literally free money. But for 2 years, I was only contributing 3% because I needed the extra cash. I was leaving $3,000 per year on the table. Just not taking it. That's like if someone offered me a free pizza every month and I said, nah, I'm good. Who says no to free pizza? So now I'm contributing the full 5%. That's an extra $3,000 per year I'm getting for free. Step 3, high-yield savings for my emergency fund. I finally moved my emergency fund from a checking account earning 0% to a high-yield savings account earning 4.5%. I have $15,000 in there. That's $675 per year I'm now making instead of $0. It took me 15 minutes. 15 minutes for an extra $675 per year. I've spent longer deciding what to have for lunch. Step 4. Stop trying to time the market. Oh man, this was my worst habit. I'd see the market drop and think, oh no, I should wait until it goes back up to invest. Then it would go up and I'd think, oh no, now it's too expensive. I should wait for it to drop. And I'd just never invest. Turns out, time in the market beats timing the market isn't just a cute phrase. It's actual math. If I'd just invested consistently instead of waiting for the perfect moment, I'd have like $12,000 more right now. So now, I invest on the first of every month, no matter what. Market up? Investing? Market down? Investing. Market sideways? Still investing. I don't think, I just do it. Step 5, track everything monthly. I made a simple spreadsheet. Nothing fancy. Every month I check how much I contributed, $2,500. How much my investments earned or lost. Total portfolio value. That's it. Takes 5 minutes. And watching that number grow, especially when my money starts making more than I expected, is actually really motivating. It's like watching your beer refill itself. You just can't help but smile. Look, here's the truth. I wasted 3 years being confused about something that's actually pretty simple, and I'm not going to get those 3 years back. But you know what? I'm also not going to waste the next 3 years. Because now I get it. The first $100,000 is absolutely brutal. It feels like you're grinding forever and barely making progress. But that's supposed to be the hard part. You're building the foundation. You're pushing the boulder up the hill. You're teaching yourself discipline and consistency. And then, right when you're about to give up and buy that jet ski you definitely don't need, the math kicks in. Your money starts working for you instead of you working for everything. And suddenly the second $100,000 takes half the time, then the third takes even less. And it just keeps accelerating. So here's my one main takeaway. Don't stop at $100,000 thinking, this is too hard or this takes too long. That's when it's about to get good. That's when you're right at the edge of the snowball effect. All right, here's what I need you to do. If this made sense to you, or if you also didn't understand compound interest until embarrassingly recently, hit that like button so I know I'm not alone in my confusion. And drop a comment telling me, what's your dumbest money mistake? Because I guarantee you, no matter how bad it is, I've probably done worse. I once bought a timeshare presentation ticket for free appetizers. The appetizers were mozzarella sticks. 4 mozzarella sticks. I sat through 90 minutes for 4 mozzarella sticks. So yeah, you're in good company here. Anyway, I'm gonna go check my investment account again and smile at those compound interest gains. And maybe grab a beer. A self-replicating beer, obviously. Financial freedom and beer. See you in the next one.